Last week, the Centers for Medical and Medicaid Services released the final guidance on how they'll negotiate with drug companies to lower prescription drug costs. On September 1st, I'll announce the first 10 drugs selected for negotiation and under the law. This will not only save consumers money, it's going to save the federal government money, as I just referenced. Negotiating drug prices alongside other parts of my prescription drug plan is going to save the taxpayers so far $160 billion. $160 billion. It lowers drug costs and prescription drugs, and it lowers the deficit. It lowers the deficit. And I might add, all the talk about I'm a big spending Biden, I lowered the deficit. $1.7 trillion in the first 2 years. No one's ever done that. The last guy increased it by 40. Anyway, I won't go into that. Well, that's Bidenomics in action. But guess what? Big Pharma doesn't want this to happen, so they're suing us to block us from negotiating lower prices so they can pad their profits while hardworking Americans foot the bill. But what we're gonna see this through. We're gonna keep standing up to Big Pharma, and we'll also stand up to MAGA Republicans who've been trying for years to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. They've tried 70,000 times, I think. To deny Americans access to the Affordable Health Care Act. On my watch, health care is not a privilege in this country, it should be a right. And folks, let me close with this. When I ran for president, I promised I would not continue the trickle-down economics of the past. Because here's the simple truth. Trickle-down economics represented the moment we walked away from how this country was built in the first place. Bidenomics is just the other way around. Restoring the American dream. 40 years of trickle-down economics limit the dream to those at the top. I believe that every American willing to work hard should be able to get a good job, afford good health care, no matter where they live, in every part of the country, if they're willing to work. That's the American dream. That's Bidenomics. And that's why I can honestly say I know I don't look like it, but I've been around a while. But all kidding aside, I've never been more optimistic about America's future than I am today. I really mean that. I genuinely mean that. We just have to remember who in God's name we are. We're the United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity if we work together. There's not a single major problem we decided to solve as a country together that we've not succeeded in doing. Not a single one. And so why are we stopping now? There's so much opportunity. And because of all of you and the minds and the courage that you all represent in this room, I really mean it, there's no reason why we can't continue this. And by the way, we're going to be fair. The suppliers, the drug dealers, are still going to do very well. Everybody's going to just do fine. I'm just tired of seeing Americans ripped off. God bless you all.